What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing an interview with Sax and Shay from Twitch, and they're going to be going into how they function as artists. Sax is a great saxophone player, as his name, indicates, but Shay is a great artist as well. So we're going to dive in on that and see what they have to say.
Wrapped it up with Brandon Sutton art. Here we have the Shay and Sax train coming.
So, welcome, Sax, Shay, to the Artistic Minds vodcast. Welcome, viewers, if you're watching it. And
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and start with some introductions. So, if you guys want to introduce yourselves, say what it's all about and all that stuff.
Shay, you want to go first?
Sure. I am Shay. I am mostly a traditional artist on Twitch, and my art focuses on endangered species and creating a dialogue about our effect on nature.
Awesome.
My name's Sax Train. I like long walks on the beach. I'm also a Capricorn. And Shay is my lovely and talented artistic wife.
Oh, man.
And I play saxophone, and I do games, mostly FPSs and battle royales. How you doing, everyone? Brandon, thanks again.
The first question is, what got you guys into what you're doing? So, Shay, what got you into doing traditional art? And Sax, what got you into playing saxophone?
I've just always been more of a creative person. Ever since I was a kid, I would draw and color a lot of that. And then when I was about 18, I received a bunch of acrylics and paint set, like brushes and stuff, from a friend, and that kind of sparked my interest in painting. And 12 years later, still at it, so.
Nice.
Almost 14 now, holy cow.
It's like one of those.
Definitely not expert.
It's one of those things where, you never want to run into somebody who says they're an expert. Be very wary of that, because really one should always be practicing their craft forever, right? And so the people who always come off that arrogant drive me fucking crazy. I am master, you bow to me and my skills.
Yeah.
There's always shit you can improve on, and that's I think Shay, that's great that you've been doing acrylics for so long, and I think that definitely relates to I've been doing sax for a long time. I got into it probably in the 4th grade when I was picking instruments. I almost picked trombone.
Oh, man.
Thank God I didn't. So, man, it just does not have the stage presence of the sax that I found out later in life. And that's actually how I met Shay as well. But I've been playing for over 20 years, and have been in a few bands. One of them, we traveled around the U.S. and played at various venues. Some of the cooler venues we played at were House of Blues, Atlantic City, Miami Film and Music Festival, Atlantic City Film and Music Festival, and Chicago House of Blues. And we had our CD release show at an old venue called the Double Door in Chicago, but it's kind of like a hole in the wall, but really awesome sound system. And actually, the Rolling Stones have played there as well. A very cool place. Awesome. And it was very, very cool meeting Shay there at that venue.
Next question I had is that do either of you have any special projects or anything coming up? I know, Shay, you were talking about your endangered cards and Discord, so and I'll link the Discord for them down in the description below. So if you guys wanted to elaborate on that, or if Sax, if you have anything that you were doing.
So I am working on a Twitch Creative community project that highlights Twitch Creative community members and endangered species through trading cards. So the front of the trading card will be a piece of artwork done by a different person on Twitch in the creative community in their medium of choice, and they get to choose the endangered species that they create for. And the back of the trading cards will be the common and scientific names of the species, some facts, and websites where people can go to get involved or learn more. So really excited about that. Very, very, like, kind of like my passion project right now. So.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean, everybody needs a passion project. It's like you can't do what you love without having passion for it, you know.
Right, yeah. And then I know Sax and I have been kind of floating an idea of doing a kind of collab for singing, and then he plays the sax. So that's kind of another project that we're really looking forward to.
Excited about that one. There's technical difficulties because we used to stream from the same room, but the issue with that is your mics bleed into each other when you're that close.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're streaming, you're hearing double audio. If you're in Discord, you get double audio from both of us. It didn't work out, so we moved into the two guest bedrooms we have, and Shay's in one, I'm in the one next to it, and that seemed to be a better solution. So playing together now is a technical challenge, but I think one that can be accomplished with a free program called Voicemeeter, which is a virtual audio mixer for Windows. And
that's
what
cool.
you can do with Voicemeeter, you can send networked audio signal to an IP address in your local network to another person running the program, and vice versa.
Viewers, if you guys are interested, this entire interview is going to be on my Patreon in the description below. There's a link to my Patreon, so the full thing, no cuts, no edits or anything like that, is going to be as a patron-only thing on my Patreon page, and you guys are going to be welcome to it as well. Yeah, I'll send it to you in a separate file.
Wait till you see what we cut out, guys. It's crazy.
Next question that I have is what's your dream project that you want to work on?
Anything with a company that is really, or foundation that's about wildlife conservation. Anything to do with wildlife conservation and kind of working with a company or a foundation that actually is involved in that. So I haven't really thought of anything specific because the trading card thing, that's kind of like the dream, and I would love for that to be something that we can get Twitch actually involved in, to get distribution at like maybe a TwitchCon or something like that. So I think that's kind of what I'm just really focusing on right now.
Yeah, definitely. And you could also you could send a couple samples to like Tops or something like that, and maybe they'll print them.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah. So all sorts of possibilities with it. It's a project that I want to keep going for, as long as I can, as long as people are interested. So, and hopefully people, stay interested. But,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I know you've got a lot of people doing it, so me being one of them.
Yeah, we have I think over 40 artists right now who have chosen species, and that's not even people who have said they're interested and still are unchosen.
That's a whole deck of playing cards, basically.
It's crazy. I can't believe it.
That's awesome. What about you, Sax? What's your dream project to do for your saxophone stuff?
I guess my dream project is doing more collaborations with a fellow artist, whether it be, Shay's singing or all the music producers that are out there. Some are sending me stuff on Instagram.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like I gotta record to another song today on Instagram that a music producer sent me. I'm gonna lay a sax track down to that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I guess I've always really liked Twitch, and I'd like to grow it. I'd like to grow my community to a point where it's just like a fun place to hang out, where I can help maybe make people's day a little bit better with a little saxophone and some gaming.
Absolutely.
And that's really all I'm aiming for. And then the bigger, hopefully I can grow my community. I can do more charity streams. I just had my birthday charity stream last week, and we raised over $200 for mental health research. So I was really happy about the outcome of that, and can't wait to do more charity streams in the future.
My next question was, how long have you been doing the thing? But you guys actually already answered that, so we'll just go to the next one. What do you want your artistic legacy to be? Like, what do you want to be known for as, so you're 100 years from now, you're dead, and people know you as a famous artist, famous saxophone player. What do you want people to know, want people to think about that?
Obviously, somebody who has helped in the conservation of wildlife and endangered species and the environment. You know, that's the main thing for me. You know, it's not about just creating art, which I love doing, but it's also bringing awareness to these lesser known endangered species that are going extinct or close to being extinct. You know, we all think about the pandas and all of the, you know, the big, like, polar bears and stuff like that, but, you know, just bringing light to, you know, not only those species, but a lot of the lesser known species and issues within wildlife conservation.
Yeah, definitely. So it's your work has always been very philanthropic, and I really appreciate that about the stuff that you do. The first stream that I ever saw you do was you were painting a plastic bottle in the ocean on a piece of plasticware that you had not been using.
Oh
yeah, that was the first stream that I ever saw of yours, and the first time that I ever saw Sax's stream, he was just playing saxophone, and it was great. I was like, this is that one exactly, yeah. And then it just, you guys as a stream team, I like to think of you as like the Twitch power couple, because I don't know anybody else that does streams together.
We don't
like
have
you guys.
power, but we like to positively influence animals and people's lives on the daily if we can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Sax? Like, what would you want your legacy to be?
I don't know. I've really never thought about a legacy, but you know, I kind of focus on, like, what can I do today to make, you know, people happier, make people laugh. How can I positively influence people today? So I guess just like, I don't know, if I were to have any legacy, it would be, you know, he brought a smile to people's faces, played a mean sax, and,
right, exactly.
That's about it.
Yeah. If you have any clips of you playing sax or anything, I can throw that in here too. So if you send me a clip, and I'll say, all right, here's a little section of Sax playing sax.
Absolutely. Let me take some notes here.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I will forget.
Oh, don't worry, I'll remind you. I'm very good about that stuff. So can you describe some of the process on how you've gotten this far and what your next goal is, other than the endangered cards and the music collaboration and stuff like that? What is your most immediate next goal, and can you describe how you expect to get there?
So most of I'm self-taught, completely self-taught. So most of my process has been a lot of trial and error, just me finding techniques in painting that, you know, feel natural, that feel good to me. And I don't really do a lot of, like, tutorials or anything like that. I would say, sorry. Next goal. Okay.
Yeah, next goal.
Lost.
That's fine.
Next goal would be probably, I have another series that I'm working on. So it's Twitch Beauties and Beasts. Highlights some of my friends, female friends on Twitch, and endangered species that speak to them, that are kind of important to them. So,
okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that's something I'm kind of working on as well, and to complete that would be awesome because I've never completed a series before.
My next goal, I definitely want to get my old piano player who I played with in my last band, who we toured around the U.S. with, and see if I can get him to do some streams with me while we both are just jamming for like hours. We used to jam for up to 5 hours, and we would make songs. We would come up with stuff on the fly. He's like one of the most talented piano players I know. We always jived. We never even spoke, but we spoke with our instruments, and we had conversations. He'd play a riff, I'd match it, maybe add a little ditty to the end,
Right.
and he would take that, add a little bit more to that, and then we'd go on from there and do a key change, and it was always such a fun time. So I'd really like to accomplish that, more collaborations in general with fellow Twitch streamers, and not just musicians. I'd like to also play some background music while Shay is doing some art. See what kind of art she comes up with on the fly, like blank slate art.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll start playing. I'll just start playing some random stuff, and whatever you feel, you paint it, and at the end of it, which is usually, unfortunately, when my chops get worn out.
Yeah.
Which sometimes can be, if I'm playing really hard, they wear out in like an hour.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But seeing like what kind of creation we can both create at the same time, and not only with Shay but with other traditional and digital artists, I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's insane how crazy crazy long people can go with the amount of practice that you have and stuff like that. Just like some people can play for up to 3 hours straight and not get tired. And my band director, he was a saxophone player, and he was like that. He played for a long time without getting tired, and it was great. He's passed away right now, but he was a really good saxophone player. The next question is, what if you could change anything about your artistic career, career? I don't know, you guys probably don't think of it as a career, but you're doing it, and it's something that you do, which would count, I guess. But yeah, what would you guys think would be the if you could change anything about your artistic career, what would it be?
For me, it would definitely be that I got serious about art sooner, because even though I have been painting for 12 years, it wasn't really a serious thing. It was just like I would, paint something every once in a while, or it wasn't the focus. And within the last couple of years, thankfully, with the support of SHAX, I've been able to really focus on my art way more. And just the growth that I've seen within the past, not even couple years, but just the past year, because I'm solely focusing on art, has just been insane. So I can't even imagine where I would have been if I would have, had that kind of passion for art throughout the whole 12 years that I've been painting. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Sax?
I'd say I wouldn't change a thing. I really like where everything's at, and the only thing I wish I could change was I was on Twitch since Justin TV, but never streamed. I wish I started sooner. Yeah. So that would be my only thing I'd wish I would have done sooner, was streaming, because I've only been streaming for about 1.5 years.
Yeah, I think I've been streaming about the same, and I wish I would have actually started later, because when I first started streaming, I wasn't really that great.
Hey,
I don't think anyone's that great.
I didn't even have a webcam when I started.
Yeah.
No, we all start there.
Right. So what would be your greatest success or failure?
Oh gosh. Artistically, I think my greatest success right now is just getting the trading card project, from being just a random thought to actually happening.
A random thought.
Yeah, just I've participated in 2 of Silicon Bleach's art jams, and I've placed each time. So, that's really exciting as well.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and I did a self-portrait. I did a portrait of Eric Andre, and he retweeted me, so that's pretty.
Nice.
I mean, I'd say that's kind of
that's
a
like
success as well.
pinnacle.
Yeah.
Oh man, what about you, Sax?
I'd say artistically, definitely playing at a couple House of Blues, playing on their stages was, a great highlight of my artistic career. That was such fun gigs, seeing the crowd go wild, and you got such an awesome sound system. Just such a cool venue. If you've never been to House of Blues in any of the cities they're in, they're always a fantastic sound stage. I highly recommend checking any act out at House of Blues. Personally, I'd say, and I don't even know if I'd call it a success, but that it'd definitely be marrying Shay. She's awesome.
Well, now, obviously, personally,
Yeah.
married and being able to stream, with my husband, and that's just incredible, and the fact that I am able to stream is all because of him. If it wasn't for him and all of the work that he does, this wouldn't be possible for me. So, that's a huge deal. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Do you guys have any failures you want to talk about? I know not many people want to. Not many people want to talk about that.
I've never failed.
Oh, all right. So it's
never,
like
ever failed. I mean, I can't think of anything like artistic. I mean, obviously, every artist has a lot of, projects that they are not. I don't want to say a lot, but we have projects that we start and we just never finish. So obviously, those are kind of failures in their own way. And I mean, it's not like a big failure. It's just a kind of little fact of life. You're not going to finish every project. So.
Right, exactly.
Right. What about you, Sax?
Yeah.
I've never failed.
Never failed. Okay, well.
All right, so he's sticking with the story. All right.
It's win, 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 no matter what.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that song in years. So, who or what inspires you to do what you do? I know a lot of it is the endangered species and stuff for you, Shay, but do you have any like specific people or things that make you want to do what you want to do?
Well, I read Love, Life, and Elephants, which is an autobiography of Dame Daphne Sheldon. She is the first person to ever successfully raise an orphaned elephant, and that's just a huge inspiration to me. I mean, obviously she's not an artist, but the fact that she was out there, and this is, way, way back in the day. She was a woman, so she was already, kind of being undercut, and the fact that she never gave up, and, she put the animals always first was just incredible. And I would say, like Mab Graves, Tara McPherson, Josh Keys. Josh Keys does incredible realistic paintings that highlight climate change and things like that. So, that's somebody who really speaks to me as well. And obviously Sax, he not only is streaming and playing sax, keeping up with all of that, but he also has this 8 to 5 job that he goes to every day. And that, it's super inspiring, because like sometimes I'm like, can't even motivate myself to stream or create something, and here he is going to a full-time job, and then he comes home and he still streams, he still plays sax. So that's just like, that's really inspiring as well. And having somebody in your house, seeing that happen it's really definitely awesome.
Right,
well,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely admirable. I also work a full-time job, and I'm doing this YouTube thing, and I'm
the struggle.
Yeah, it's I feel your struggle, Sax.
That work-life balance is tough.
Yeah. So what about you, Sax?
So definitely, obviously, Shay inspires me to do what I do
Yeah.
on the daily, and I guess just like I was saying before, making people smile, making people laugh, making people happy. Just with some saxy tunes is always a good thing in today's world, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, nobody plays saxophone anymore other than you.
I only know of one other Twitch streamer that plays sax.
See, I didn't know, so now I know. But
We have a clan of two.
clan of
Who
two.
was your biggest sax influence?
My biggest sax influence it was not Kenny G because but very close and very similar name Kenny Garrett, 2 R's, 2 T's. Definitely check him out if you're looking for a really good saxophonist. Kenny G's kind of one of those, you know, you put him on at the holidays, all of a sudden the CD's over. Oh my God, that was 18 songs. I thought it was just one. You know,
Right?
his stuff all
That's
sounds
crazy.
the same. But I credit him for I don't know what he's doing a lot more comedy. I follow him on Instagram now, Kenny G, and he's more comedic with what he does now, and I kind of like that he's bringing more positivity and doing it with saxophone. So that's admirable.
Yeah, definitely. So, the last question I have, and then I think we'll do a lightning round of just off the top of my head questions. The last question is, can you describe some of the processes in what you do? So for you, Shay, it'd be like, can you describe some materials and um, like mediums that you would prefer in sax, just how you practice?
So I mostly work in acrylics, oils, and watercolors. Right now, I'm working a lot with acrylics on watercolor paper. I'm using them sort of like a gouache or watercolor technique in that I add a lot of water and do thin layers of pigment to kind of create more depth in my paintings. It's kind of something that like I said, I'm self-taught, so everything I do is kind of like an experiment, and
Right.
that's how it kind of started, was just like an experiment that I actually kind of really love using now. And I mostly use Golden brand acrylics, and they're like the slow drying ones. I like the Golden Open.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm not really like, other than the Golden Open, I don't have like a huge preference. I don't use like super expensive or nice materials, just kind of whatever I have laying around, I just kind of use.
Yeah.
Whether it's supposed to be painted on or not,
Yeah,
I have like a
exactly.
bunch of, like a huge Tupperware full of stuff that I've been collecting, like old kitchenware and stuff that someday I'm just gonna
Yeah.
end up painting all over. So
Yeah, I mean,
anything,
you painted
everything.
that platter that we showed earlier.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what about you, Zax?
So I actually, as you know, that with the 8 to 5, Monday
Yeah.
through Friday, I don't get much time to practice. So when I'm playing on stream, I always tell everybody, I'm practicing. I'm playing by ear. I'm trying to train my ear so that when I go to open mic nights, when I go to gigs, it's not about sheet music. It's about listening and muscle memory. So I've been slowly improving at just listening to a song and being able to either create decorations for that song or come up with an alternative melody for that song, or even sometimes I'll try to just match what the singer is singing, just to kind of train my brain, train my finger muscle memory,
Yeah.
just to get better. So really, and because of the lack of time, I'm actually just practicing when I'm on stream.
All right, we'll hit the lightning round and then we'll have to wrap it up. So we'll go with the first question on the lightning round is favorite video game.
I'd say Mist.
Yeah. Mist. I love Mist.
Mist.
Was a classic.
1995.
Yeah. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Trying to think of another question for the lightning round. Cartoons or live action?
Ooh. I'm split.
Yeah, it kind of depends.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a hard one.
All right. Favorite anime, if you watch anime.
I do not watch
Cowboy
anime.
Bebop.
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop. That's a good one.
Lots
Actually,
of good sex in that show.
The Princess Mononoke movie.
Yeah.
I remember loving that one.
Yeah. Studio Ghibli counts. A favorite TV show that's on TV right now?
Venture Brothers or American Dad.
Yeah, or not Rick and Morty. Venture Brothers or Rick and Morty for me.
Rick and Morty, definitely for me.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
top
like
tier.
Rick and Morty as well.
It's top tier. All right, so that's going to conclude it. We're going to put all of your Instagram and all that stuff in the description as well. But if you guys want to go ahead and plug those right now, I can actually have them stream across the screen too.
I am Shay Face TV on all social media, so Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, and then Shay Face on Twitch.
I am SaxTrain _Twitch on Instagram and Sax_Train on Twitter. And to the bastards out there who stole my names on these platforms, damn you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for being on the show and everything.
Thanks for having us, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
It's great.
It's a fun time.
It was definitely a fun time. But I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, have a good day.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. If you did, smash that subscribe button. And as always, I'm Brandon, and I will see you next time.